I remember walking in and talking to Jim Harold one time, Billy Connors and I. He was the guitar player in our band, still is actually, we're still playing. And it was a Tuesday night and there was a comedian in there. And we were just looking for another place to play. There was a comedian up on stage, he was on his break. And we were talking to Jim and we said, we'd like to play here, you know, can we come in and, will you hire us to come in and play? And he said, well, why would we want to put you in here? And I said, well, why you got him in here? About the comedian. It makes me laugh, he's funny, but he says, there was another guy in here talking like you. His name was John Felice, do you know him? And I said, yeah, we know him. And that was like our first experience with the Rat. Probably a couple of months later, we were playing there, and we were one of the first bands to play there early on. I know they did have other bands there on different nights, but he wasn't too, you know, he said, why would we want to do this every night? And I said, well, I don't know, you know, it's up to you, you know. So we don't have many places to play, we're just looking for another place. And yeah, from that day till, I don't know, maybe a year and a half, 2 years later, something happened. Yeah, something happened. A lot, yeah. Didn't take long to get like national interest, you know, the place went, people knew about Boston and the Rat pretty quick.
You talked about Jimmy and meeting him early on. How important was he to what the Rat was all those years?
Jim was a good guy. Jim, he was a people guy. A lot of people approached him after that when he started to realize, gee, maybe there's something going on here. So I think he had some insight. You know, I think he kind of knew, and then when the band started to come in, you know, he realized, and he was a good guy. Yeah.
Now, you know, you're here tonight, so obviously the Rat still is something special to you. As you look back on the Rat and that whole era now, what do you think about? What's in your mind?
Oh, that's fond memories. Yeah, that's fond memories. We before that punk thing came out. I think it was James Isaacs from one of the newspapers, like the Boston After Dark, he came to see us at the club in Cambridge, which was one of the other only places at the time that our bands were playing at, and he coined us to be punks, which we sort of took a little offense to. This was before like purple hair and spikes and all the other stuff, punks, and what he meant by that was like we were street kids from Somerville. You know, and then punk took on a whole different meaning because of places like the Rat, and you know, it came over from England. It was a different kind of punk, you know. But at the time, we were like, I grew up in the projects in Somerville here, and we took a little bit of offense. Like, we're not punks, we're musicians, we're professionals, you know. And then punk became something different.
Yeah, we are punks.
Yeah, we are kind of punks. Yeah.
Is it just me, or did it seem to you like the plastic rats would move around from week to week, too? I always worried about that.
I always remember the one, the ice sculpture. They had a party there, and the ice sculpture started melting before the party even started. They had a big, huge rat made out of ice, right? And they had it up there. You know, they didn't think of air conditioning or anything. So by the time everybody got there, the rat kind of looked like a mouse. Yeah.
Why would they? What was the event? Why would they have an ice sculpture of a rat?
It was just something going on about the Rat album. It was just a big party, kind of a promotional thing. A lot of food, a lot of, like, you know, all the bands that were on it were coming in, and by the time they got there, you know, the heat had taken over.
Great stuff.
Wasn't the most comfortable place to be around, but it was definitely exciting. Definitely exciting, yeah.